Test 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2. Good afternoon, Red and Green Army, and welcome to another edition of Coventry United TV with your host, the man from the Midlands, Liam Cook, coming to you live from the Shrewsbury Sports Village in Shropshire for live coverage of today's Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division match between Coventry United and Haughmond. Haughmond currently in 21st place out of 22, second from bottom, and United, although they haven't been in good form recently, the last 3 games they've failed to win, currently sit in 11th place. So you would assume that Coventry United would pick up the points, but as we well know, ladies and gentlemen, matches, especially in this league, are not won on paper, but you can be sure that you will not miss a kick, shot or save with CUTV's exclusive live commentary, and of course you can get the highlights of today's fixture tomorrow morning on our YouTube channel, so make sure to hit that little subscribe button on the CUTV YouTube channel with the notification bell as well. Click that to make sure that you get notifications on when our videos go live. Leave a comment with your feedback below. You can hit the like button, let us know you're enjoying today's coverage, and of course you can find us on Twitter at CovUnitedTV. The highlights of the previous match against Coventry Spinks are of course online on YouTube, although it was scored, so there were some brilliant moments in that particular match. And of course we'll be live from the Butts Park Arena tomorrow afternoon with exclusive live commentary of Coventry United ladies versus Charlton Athletic women. So we're looking forward to that one here in CUTV. Coverage of that match kicks off at 1:45 PM tomorrow afternoon, so make sure you are listening to CUTV. If you're not at the ground, then of course do go and support the Red and Green Girls if you can. They do need your support at this crucial stage of the season. Let's get straight into today's team news here on CUTV, starting with the Red and Greens of Coventry United. Starting today for Terry Anderson's men: number 1 Tom Deitch, number 2 Brad Jones, 3 Ben Valance, 4 the captain Chris Cox, number 5 Jamal Clark, 6 Rob Prinzel, 7 Kyle Carey, 8 Kevin Thornton, number 9 Aaron Apoku, 10 Ryan Palmer, and number 11 Frankie Bagenut. Substitutes for Coventry United: number 12 Tom James and number 14 Dominic Elaine. And for Haughmond today, just a quick note, if you're wondering where the number 4 is from the starting lineup, interesting story behind that. The reason there is no number 4 for Haughmond today is because the number 4 shirt was damaged during a previous match against Highgate, so instead they're using number 18, the spare shirt, for the midfielder who will be wearing it today. So here's the starting lineup for Haughmond: number 1 Sam Jones, number 2 George Carpenter, number 3 Connor Courtney, number 5 Sean Jones, number 6 Carl Rogers, number 7 Joe Parry, 8 Dave Howells, 9 Harry Morris, 10 Andy Jones, and number 11 Steve Hull. There are a lot of there's a lot of Joneses, isn't there? And oh, we nearly forgot one as well. And number 18 is, I believe it's Jack Griffiths. It is indeed Jack Griffiths is number 18. We've got to put that one down. So there you go. That's the starting lineup for Haughmond today. And the substitutes for Haughmond are as follows: number 12 Kevin Renshaw, number 14 Matt Owen, 15 Jamie Hine, number 16 is Scott Ryan, and number 17 Charlie Musselwhite. So those are your starting lineups today here on CUTV, exclusive live commentary of Haughmond versus Coventry United coming your way as Haughmond line up in the tunnel area. In their white and black kits, Coventry United are in their changed strip of sky blue with white shorts and socks. It's actually their third strip. United, of course, usually wearing red and green. I believe that it's just a matter of fact that the red kits haven't been washed in time, while United are not wearing the red and green. Of course, the away shirt is white, so they can't wear that. So they'll be wearing the sky blue away shirt, celebrating the sporting heritage of the proud city of Coventry. We see Terry Anderson, the Coventry United manager, making his way down the walkway towards the caged sporting enclosure at the Shrewsbury Sports Village. United on the back of a run of 3 matches without a victory. the officials make their way down the long ramp towards the enclosure. It's caged, so unless there's any absolute thunderbolts, they're about 15 foot high, we're not going to be losing any balls today. The officials and the players make their way onto the pitch here at the Shrewsbury Sports Village for today's Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division clash. Coventry United on the back of a 3-match winless run, and you would say on paper this is a golden opportunity for Terry Anson's men to end that particular run of form against second from bottom Haughmond. But today's hosts have got a lot to fight for and should not be underestimated. You can catch live coverage of today's match between Haughmond and Coventry United right here on CUTV with Liam Cook. Once again, the starting lineups here at the Shrewsbury Sports Village. For Coventry United, number 1, Tom Deitch. Number 2, Brad Jones. Number 3, Ben Valance. Number 4, the captain, Chris Cox. Number 5, Jamal Clark. 6, Rob Prinzel. Number 7, Kyle Carey. Number 8, Kevin Thornton. Number 9, Aaron Opoku. 10, Ryan Palmer. 11, Frankie Bagenet. Substitutes for Coventry United, number 12, Tom James, and number 14, Dominic Elaine. And for Haughmond this afternoon, number 1, Sam Jones. Number 2, George Carpenter. Number 3, Connor Courtney. Number 5, Sean Jones. Number 6, Carl Rogers. Number 7, Joe Parry. 8, Dave Howells. Number 9, Harry Morris. 10, Andy Jones. 11, Steve Hall. 18, Jack Griffiths. Substitute for Haughmond, number 12, Kevin Renshaw. 14, Matt Owen. Number 15, Jamie Hine. Number 16, Scott Ryan. And number 17, Charlie Musselwhite. If you're wondering why there are a couple of absentees from the Coventry United lineup, we have got some information for you. So the likes of Kyle Barnett, Lewis Rankin, Shaquille McDonald, they are all out with injury. Niall Rowe misses out due to personal circumstances. Tommy Glasgow unavailable for selection, as is Ed Caviezel-Cox. We believe Luke Barland was supposed to be included in the matchday squad, but unfortunately has not made the trip. And of course there is suspension for Gift Musa. Ryan McQuanjay also not included in today's match squad. So Messrs Barnett, Rankin, McDonald, Barlone, Musa, McQuanjay, Rowe, Glasgow and Caviezel-Cox all out of today's starting lineup. It's a second consecutive start in the first team for young striker Ryan Palmer. Tom Deitch continues between the sticks. Jamal Clark back after a quick holiday, and Ben Valance is back at left back after a storming night on Wednesday against Coventry Spinks. He played at centre back, impressed a lot of people. And Chris Cox, who's been certainly playing walkabout in terms of positions, been up front, full back, midfield, wing, centre back. Everywhere but goalkeeper he's played. He's starting in the centre today alongside his old buddy Kevin Thornton. We believe it's going to be a 4-4-2. We'll have to wait and see how it pans out though. You know how Terry Anson likes to fiddle about with his formations, and they usually work. And we're underway here on CUTV. Coventry United kicking from right to left in the sky blue shirts with white shorts and socks. Haughmond in the white and black shirts, I should say, with black shorts and socks. That's currently Haughmond on the ball, and it's touched by Kevin Thornton. Friendly taken by Connor Courtney to the feet of Andy Jones. Going to get into the penalty area, covered up by his namesake Brad Jones. Here's Joe Parry. Just out of reach for Andy Jones. Cleared by Coventry United defender. Now forward by George Carpenter. United can't get the ball quite clear. It's brought down by Ben Valance. And Tom Deitch picks up the ball for the Red and Greens. Fires past Kyle Carey. That goal kick from Tom Deitch over the white line for a throw into Haughmond on this near side. Ready to be taken by Carpenter. Carpenter's throw. Thornton tries a challenge. Poker gets in there as well, but it's taken away by the number 8, Dave Howells. And Ryan Palmer able to dispossess Carl Rogers and strides towards net. Rides the challenge and his shot charged down. And he's blocked off by Jack Griffiths. And it looks like actually Haughmond have managed to get themselves another number 4 shirt. That shirt was damaged against Highgate, but they've got another shirt made, so lucky we won't need the number 18. They were going to need the spare shirt today, but decided not to use it. And watch out, especially at set pieces, watch out for the man mounting Carl Rogers. These are big players at my time, but he's absolutely huge. He towers above even Apoku and Jamal Clark. Short corner by Thornton, bounces towards Apoku, but in goes the aforementioned Rogers from behind and sticks it into touch. I wouldn't fancy a one-on-one with him. Brad Jones will take the throw. One of 4 players out of 22 with the surname of Jones. So it's going to be very confusing today. Here's Ben Valance in United territory. Across to Kevin Thornton, dropping deep. Close down. He finds Jamal Clark, switches the play to Rob Prinzel. Seems as if Valance has gone back into centre back as Prinzel lobs it forward and Kyle Carey will give chase. Carey looking for the cross, spins away from the challenge. Cox may think about one, lays up towards Brad Jones, under hit pass picked up by Harry Morris. Haughmond striding through the centre. Now ride with Carpenter. And the back heel by Andy Jones. He was hoping that a teammate would be there. Joe parried the closest man to him, and he was a couple of yards behind, so he was never going to get there. Now Kevin Ford and tried to take the ball away from danger. Here's Brad Jones. Back in the starting lineup tonight. Thornton to Cox. Valance on the left flank. Strides into Haughmond territory. And Carey with a neat through ball. It's Aaron Apoku. One-on-one with a keeper, but he couldn't reach it in time. Sam Jones gets there first. Now to the feet of Andy Jones. Down the left-hand side. Harry Morris. And a crucial slide by Brad Jones to deny the Haughmond number 9 the opportunity to fire it towards Tom Dyche's net. Shout out to Tash Howe, who's listening today, and to anyone listening on CTV. If you do want to shout out, so if you want to register an opinion on today's broadcast, let us know in the comment section or on Twitter at CovUnitedTV. Short corner routine for Haughmond. It's nearly ended early by Kyle Carey, but Parry's got the ball back into the air and it glances off the head of the Haughmond man Jack Griffiths. And the United players not too happy. Kyle Carey getting a barrage of words from his teammates. Dyche places the ball and gets set to blast it clear. It's not exactly a blast, it's more of a placement to the feet of Rob Prinzel. Jones back to Prinzel. Slow movement from United and a poor pass by Rob Prinzel, cut out. Jones down the right hand side, shooting opportunity for Haughmond early on. A decent hit it was. It fires wide from the Haughmond number 11 Steve Hull. Dyche gets ready to clear it again. 5 minutes gone here at the Shrewsbury Sports Village. Score remains at Haughmond 0, Coventry United 0 in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division. Goal kick didn't reach Valance, but Valance will get in there and win it back. Handed up to Ryan Palmer and flicked on towards Frankie Bagenet and gathered by the goalkeeper. Good work by the defender to Trying to out-muscle Palmer, didn't quite get the job done, but Sam Jones between the sticks could as he raced off his line to gather the ball. United win the ball back in their own backyard. Kyle Carey. And a free kick given to Coventry United. Rather soft one as Kyle Rogers made very light contact with Ryan Palmer. A man of his size against a man of Palmer's stature. I think the referee's always going to give a free kick for that. Bit of a mismatch there. Kyle Carey standing over with Kevin Thornton. It will be Thornton. So he step up and take this free kick. Will he go for goal? Or try and find a teammate in that penalty area? Thornton towards the far post, easily won in the air by Harry Morris. The ball roll out of play on the far side for a Coventry United throw. And Cox will leave it for Rob Prinzel. He's level the penalty area on the right flank for Coventry United. Prinzel into the box. Cox preparing to leap, won in the air by Rogers, but a ferocious hit by Kevin Thornton just wide of the mark. So Sam Jones collects the ball and gets ready to boot it away with the goal kick. I'll try and keep you up to date with the latest scores as much as we can here on CUTV. Of course, one local result from last night as Coventry City picked up a 3-1 win at home to Stevenage as the goal kick is not into touch by Jamal Clark on this near side. It's a long throw by Rogers, and Jamal Clark and Rob Prinzel having to work hard to keep the ball away from the striker in the penalty area. Francis clearance charged down by Rogers. Hole's attempted cross is brought down to her by Kevin Thornton. Spins away from the number 11 and switched to Brad Jones on the right flank. United don't look entirely comfortable in the opening 10 minutes. And a late slide by Brad Jones. And the referee wants a word with the United fullback. It was a little high as well. And the referee, I don't think is going to go to the book with it being so early on. There's been an early goal in the Championship. Sheffield United lead Birmingham by 1-0. Rotherham 1-0 up at home to Bristol Rovers in League 1. League 2, Barnet lead Newport. It's 1-1 between Cambridge and Cheltenham. Free kick from the left-hand side for Haughmond. Players on the edge of the box trying to make the run to get onto the ball. Towards that far post. Header won by Rogers. Half clearance. And it nearly put United into danger. It did put United in danger, but they stabbed towards the net. Narrowly wide. So we've had 10 minutes in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division. It remains at Haughmond 0, Coventry 0. Ben Valance racing down that left-hand side, but he's being quickly closed by Steve Hull. Low cross towards Aaron Apoku, and into touch by Jack Griffiths. In fact, no, Apoku got the final touch. It will be a goal kick. So one of three players with the surname of Jones. That's Sam Jones in goal. He'll take the kick. Header won in the midfield by Jamal Clark. Cox tries to shield the ball. Got a bit of a forearm in the face there. Referee says no foul. As United win it back with a towering header by Rogers. No one's beaten him in the air. He earns it back for Haughmond. On the left-hand side now with Connor Courtney. Not the best of passes towards Rogers. And it drifts over the white line for a throw halfway into United territory. Kevin Thornton receives it from Jones. He gives it back to Jones. He gives it back to Thornton. Strolling forward, looking for an option. Rolls it across the left-hand side with Kyle Carey. Sends Dave Howes on a one-man way. Out wide with Brad Jones. To the feet of Aaron Apoku. Further up the field, bit of shirt pulling there by Jack Griffiths. Referee says no. A shove by Rogers on Aaron Apoku. Again, the referee says no. It's fired into touch by Sean Jones. Thornton down line. Here's a 1-2 with Chris Cox. Thornton. Saw his path was blocked by white shirts and backtracks. Jones into the air for Aaron Apoku and a crucial interception. Sends it up into the air and a free kick given against Frankie Bejnet for a little push in the back on Connor Courtney. If it wasn't for the intervention of Jack Griffiths, United would have had a brilliant chance to open the scoring. As it stands, it remains scoreless. Oh, we saw a couple of games of contrast in the last few days here on CUTV. On Monday, United had their heaviest ever defeat, 7-1 away at Quorn. And then on Wednesday, it was a scoreless draw at home to Coventry Spinks. We want to see some goals tonight. Cox, cross charge down by Rogers. And as Cox tried to retrieve the ball, it was blocked up by the man mounting Carl Rogers. And the assistant on the far side raises his flag and gives the free kick to Coventry United. In fact, the referee wants a word with Rogers for body checking Cox. Well, it's Thornton and Jones standing on the right hand side of that penalty area as the referee continues his discussion with Carl Rogers, who gave away that foul. Just Bejnet and Valance remaining back to repel a potential counter as Thornton sizes up his options. Move it from Prinzel at the far post. It's over. Chris Cox. It wasn't as far as Prinzel. Cleared as far as Kyle Carey. Has found Prinzel now. Drives it into the penalty area and easily cleared. But sent back with the head of Frankie Bejnet. One in the air though by Dave Howes of Haughmond. Morris slides it away from danger for now. You have to bring it back, but not for long. Rogers plays it behind the runner on the right hand side, and Steve Hull now. Carpenter. Hull trying to play it back to Carpenter, but picked up in the centre of the park by Chris Cox, who will send Ryan Palmer on his way. One in the air by Griffiths. Hull will try and play away in the midfield. Down the centre to Joe Parry. Howes. To the right flank with George Carpenter. There's a neat little 1-2. Carpenter will race onto it. Low cross. It was nearly flicked with his own net by Jamal Clark as Steve Hull appeals for a back pass. Deitch looking to blast this one clear. It bounces straight into the vicinity of his opposite goalkeeper. Rogers, deflected pass, but it will still find Howes. And back to the keeper by Griffiths. There it goes, blasted away by Jones. Jones will fire it down the right hand side of Coventry United, but into touch. Andy Jones pulls back. Rogers. Good change by Aaron Apoku on the big man. Allows Kevin Thornton to pick it up. Here's Frankie Bejnet on the right flank. Down line to Thornton again. Drives it forward towards Ryan Palmer. Bit of a shove in the back. Referee says no foul, and all the way back to the keeper. Bounce. Trying to muscle hole, but the number 11's got it to his feet. Carpenter into the centre to Hole again. Through ball. Morris won't catch it all the way back to Tom Dyche. Hasty clearance by the former Tamworth man. He may set United up well as Apoku brings it down. Can't get the touch towards Ryan Palmer. Joe Parry drills it towards the penalty area, but intercepted rather easily by Jamal Clark. Now Carey on the left flank, halfway. Cox back line to Brad Jones. Bejnet. Cox runs straight into Courtney and threads it into the area for Andy Jones. He's blocked up by Jamal Clark, and Dodge comes out to pick it up. Here's Valance. Lofted pass down the left, Aaron Apoku. Now Carey, Valance making the overlap. He spins away from the challenge of Steve Hull. Into the centre circle now with Chris Cox looking for an option. Thornton, a challenge on Cox. Referee allows play on. Slow by Carey to keep it alive. Apoku receives it from Thornton. Carey back to Thornton. And from behind goes Joe Parry, just shoving Thornton down from behind. So we have free kick to Coventry United. Carey will put it in towards that far post. There's Rob Printle with a header, and gathered well at the near post by Sam Jones. The first time he's been called into action for a shot. And Vaughan does well to muscle the Haughmond midfielder to retrieve possession for Coventry United. Carey back to Thornton. Shrugs off the challenge of Andy Jones. Clark across to Prinzel. Driven forward to Palmer. A bit too complacent with that first touch. It's nicked away from him. Parry. Offside given against Steve Hull. We've had around 20 minutes here at the Shrewsbury Sports Village in Shropshire. Score remains at Haughmond 0, Coventry United 0. United with the better of the chances. They haven't been able to put any of them away just yet. Valance. And Marks will stride forward. Now he's being covered off. Lobbed into the area. Aaron Apoku. Out comes the goalkeeper. And it was a good decision by Sam Jones, who cut off the avenue of approach for Aaron Apoku. And it was saved with the knee of the shot stopper, as Apoku tried in vain to find a way around him. Carey plays it short from the corner to Kevin Thornton. Thornton in towards Aaron Apoku. Tried to swab into the net, couldn't reach it. Handball claims as Palmer sends it towards the net again. Referee says no. Bejnet finds Kyle Carey in space. Will he try and cut in or get the cross in? It's Carey's cross, blocked by Courtney, but it will roll back out to Thornton. Needs an option. Through to Bejnet. Onside. Flashes past Apoku and cleared by Jack Griffiths. It's back with Carey. United relentless. Carey's cross. Another simple header by Courtney. And lobbed away. Clark over to Prinzel. It's now back in United's jurisdiction. Jones across to Rob Prinzel. Forward to Bejnet. Now United looking to get moving. Carey wants it on the left. It's towards the centre with Aaron Opoku. Overlap being made by Ben Valance. Trying to steady himself for a shot in the centre. Now Frankie Bejnet. Towards the left-hand side. There's a neat pass to Valance offside. But the cross was not reachable for either Opoku or Palmer. Valance can't win the header. Oh, that muscled well by Jamal Clark. This is probably between the midfielder and the ball. A heavy first touch by George Carpenter as the ball was cleared by Valance. Means it's a United throw. Valance, short throw to Jamal Clark. Thornton. Bejnet taken unawares by the number 8. Here's Joe Parry into the centre circle, trying to sprint away from Kyle Carey. Not an easy thing to do, and he can't do it. United have got their ball back. Thornton. Challenged by Andy Jones, but holds off the threat for now. Opoku, lovely back heel. Ryan Palmer caught up just in time by Griffiths. It's into touch for I think it's going out for a corner. It has indeed. So you have to have the corner kick from the left hand side. Carey into the box towards that far post. Opoku jumps too early. And it will bounce towards the far touchline. It will be a Haughmond throw-in. Latest scores from around the grounds now. Wolves have taken the lead at Bolton. Brentford lead QPR 1-0. Hull City leading Bristol City 1-0. Middlesbrough taking the advantage at Derby. It's 1-0 there. Aston Villa in front at Ipswich. Leeds lead Barnsley. Carey trying to way around that man-mounted centre-back. He couldn't do so. Fans couldn't find a way past Carpenter either. It's cleared. Thornton dribbles it away from Hull. Kills it to the right. Rob Prinzel is waiting. Prinzel on the march. Here's Frankie Bejnet. Heavy first touch, but brings it down. Bit of a shove from behind by the defender, but it's kept it alive, and a 1-2 between Bejnet and Prinzel opens up some space for United. Here's Aaron Opoku. Tries the through ball to Jones. Jones ran past it. Bit of miscommunication there between the two United defenders. Switches the play from the left-hand side from the Haughmond man. Here's Carpenter. Takes it forward past Kyle Carey. Halts his run and looking for support behind. Just about finds his teammate. It's back to Carpenter. A bit of a shoulder barge from Kevin Thornton. As Thornton was trying to get the ball rolling, Steve Hull taking exception, and a little bit of handbags at dawn there. Cox sidesteps the big centre-back Carl Rogers. And a collision between Opoku and one of the men. I think it was Connor Courtney that he collided with, and Courtney is absolutely furious that the free kick was given against him. It looked like it was a simple collision between Cox and Courtney. Well, Tom James is warming up for Coventry United. Back in the matchday squad today after a hamstring injury. He's not 100% fit, but he has been included in the squad today. Credit to Ben Valance, who has filled that left back spot beautifully, and other positions he's been asked to fill as well, including centre back on Wednesday, where he won the CUTV Man of the Match award. Free kick. Driven forward by Prindle. Chester touched by Opoku, but it's lost to Harry Morris. Opoku will win it back, but a poor pass is intercepted by Carl Rogers. Courtney. Underhit pass. But Brad Jones can't find his way past Connor Courtney. It's a throw into Coventry United just in front of the Haughmond dugout, quickly taken by Brad Jones. Here's Rob Prinzel. Limited opportunities in this opening 25 minutes. Jones dispossessed by Morris. Here's Parry, spins away from Carey. Rogers down the left, offside given against Harry Morris. And Morris says no way. Assistant says yes way. So 20 minutes to go here on CUTV until we take a short break. It remains 0-0. Not the best of passes from Thornton. Allows Dave Howells to stride towards the net. It's Howells for Haughmond. He's got a teammate on the left-hand side, and that teammate is Steve Hull! And he fires it over the woodwork. The chance of the match for Haughmond, but Hull could not find the goal. So it remains at 0-0 in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division. Live coverage of today's match between Haughmond and Coventry United on CUTV. It remains at 0-0. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed today's coverage. Leave a comment below with your feedback. Subscribe to CUTV on YouTube for exclusive content from the first team and the ladies team. And of course, you can get us on Twitter at CovUnitedTV. Carey fixes on for Palmer to give chase. And Palmer nearly finds his way past Griffiths, but can't finish the job. Up jumps Jamal Clark, but he's beaten in the air at the second time of asking by Andy Jones. A 5 clear by Valance. No one there to pick it up for United, so it's down to Connor Courtney to play it back to Sam Jones in goal. Close down by Bejdet. It's a hasty kick, but a good one as it's nodded on by Andy Jones. And, whoa, Andy Jones asking for handball, despite it clearly coming off the head of a Coventry United man. I think someone needs to go to Specsavers. Now Opoku in the final third for Coventry United. Jones making a run down the right hand side, but he isn't found. Thornton towards the right with Chris Cox. It's a long range hit from Chris Cox, and it's a long way from the net. Fired over the woodwork and fired over the catch fencing behind the net as well. We've had very limited opportunities in the opening half an hour, and none of them have really tested the goalkeepers. Well, we're next on air on Monday evening with the first team, that is. We're with the ladies tomorrow, but the first team next in action on Monday evening, 7:45 kickoff. It's Coventry United versus South Normanton Athletic. And then on Wednesday, we do this all over again as Haughmond visit the Butts Park Arena. Again, 7:45 kickoff on Wednesday as Coventry United host Haughmond. Passed around the back line. Here's Sean Jones. Across to Griffiths. Back to Jones. Rolls to the right with Carpenter. Closed down quickly by Ryan Palmer, but swipes it away from the young striker. Back with Sean Jones. The ball was returned to Sam Jones. And Jones drives it clear towards that left-hand side. The jump by Morris wins the header. Done across by Andy Jones. Rogers receives it from Howells. Now Parry. Thornton tries to make the challenge, but he keeps it away for now. Threaded through the left-hand side. Offside given against Morris. And the referee gives offside. The referee not noticing the flag on the near side for offside against Harry Morris for a few seconds, but he's realised now. Half an hour gone, remains at 0-0. Of course, we're live from the Butts Park Arena tomorrow afternoon with live coverage of Coventry United ladies versus Charlton Athletic Women's FC in the FA Women's Premier League Southern Division. Third place Charlton against United, who currently lie in 6th place. It should be a cracking encounter. Coverage starts at 10 to 2 tomorrow afternoon. Highlights, of course, here at CUTV. Dyche won in the air by Jones. Opoku works hard to win it back. Here's Chris Cox. Will he try and slip it through for Opoku? He didn't get the chance. chance to as Griffiths won it back. And Cox catching Dave Howes. And that could well be the first booking of the match. It was a nasty challenge, a raised leg on Howes. And the referee is indeed pulling out the book. So a yellow card for the Coventry United skipper. Certainly wasn't the best of challenges. The referee writing in his little black book that Chris Cox is the first recipient of a card. A yellow card given out by the referee. So Connor Courtney prepares to fire it towards the penalty area from the centre circle. Up jumps Morris. Prinzel wins the header. It's the chest of Frankie Bejder. United look to start the counter-attack. Out wide with Aaron Opoku. He's had United's best chance so far. Opoku tries to find Brad Jones. It's deflected into touch by Harry Morris. Prinzel finds Jones this time with a throw. And all the way back to Tom Dyche, who's really, he could have put up a deck chair. He's had nothing to do in this first half. A couple of shots off target from Haughmond. It really hasn't been a very attractive match. Balance closed down by Haughmond, gets the ball away towards Ryan Palmer. Palmer won't reach it though. It's shepherded towards the goalkeeper by Sean Jones. And it's easy pickings for his namesake Sam Jones. I'm not sure whether they're related or not, but there's a lot of Jones on this CUTV broadcast. There's 3 on the Haughmond side, 1 on the Coventry United side. It's a pretty common surname. Sam Jones's kick, ball in the air by Jamal Clark, stabbed down by Chris Cox, but Rogers will slip in and take the ball for Haughmond. Parry, first time pass to Courtney, up to Morris, flicked up by Morris, and Brad Jones taking out the number 9. And Harry Morris seems in some considerable pain. You can hear the thud from here. And the referee could be about to hand out his second yellow card. He's already got the yellow card out. Haughmond not happy about it at all. Again, certainly wasn't the cleanest of tackles from Brad Jones, and it will be a... He's not even given the yellow, I don't think. In fact, yes, he has now. He has given the yellow card, so it's the second booking of the first half. Both for Coventry United players. Chris Cox a minute ago. Now Brad Jones is the second name in the referee's little black book. Haughmond yet to receive a card despite some rather poor challenges, it must be said. Sent into the box towards Rogers at the far post. And that ball was so high, even the man mounting couldn't reach it. And straight into touch for a throw-in right in the corner on this near side for Coventry United. 10 minutes to go until the break. We'll take a short break at half-time to swap over the batteries on the laptop to ensure we can bring you the second half of this match in full. So look for the new live stream following the conclusion of the first half here on CUTV. Hole closed down by Jamal Clark. Right on United's doorstep, gets the ball away towards Brad Jones. It flicks off the head of Jones. And into touch for a throw to Coventry, to Haughmond I should say, as Haughmond tried to start quickly. Luke Morton will hold on to the ball and ensure that United have the time to regroup and reposition. Haughmond will take the throw in now with Courtney. Jumping header by Jones, straight to the feet of Jamal Clark on the edge of the penalty area. Clearance made as far as Ryan Palmer, but it's nodded into touch by Jack Griffiths, the Haughmond captain. This has not been a great advert for the league, it's got to be said. It's been a bit of a slow game at times. We're hoping that we're not going to see a second consecutive 0-0. It's never happened in CUTV before. We've only ever had 4 0-0s at all, and 3 of them have been this season. Opoku brings the ball down, but sandwiched between Griffiths and Courtney, but still battles valiantly to get that ball back. And Griffiths forced into a mistake. Here's Frankie Bejnit, feints the cross, and the second cross not only hits Griffiths, but it hits Bejnit as well. Final touch coming off the United winger. And United will concede the goal kick, which will be taken by Sam Jones. So Sam Jones ready to find the white shirts in the midfield with this goal kick. Certainly been the busy of the two goalkeepers. A couple of good saves. Let's keep Haughmond level. Leaping header by Rob Prinzel. Cox sprints past Courtney, and now United are on the march. It's Chris Cox looking for the cross. In towards Aaron Opoku, diving header just wide. Is it going to be another one of those days in front of goal for the Red and Greens? Well, with the ball in that sort of range, up in the air and in the penalty area, you would have thought that Aaron Opoku, of all people, would send it beyond Sam Jones. He had to dive low to reach it. He got something on the ball, but not enough to divert it between the posts. It glances wide. As we close in on half-time, it remains at Haughmond 0, Coventry United 0. Jones is kicked towards this near side, one in the air by Jamal Clark. Final touch coming off Clark. It will be a Haughmond throw around the halfway line on the right flank for the home side. Carpenter takes it a few yards further down than it ought to have been. All the way back to Sam Jones. Rolled out for Sean Jones. Plenty of time for Haughmond, not being put under any sort of pressure. Drove forward to Hull. Rogers. He was aiming for Dave Howes, but intercepted by Kyle Carey. Bejnit. First time pass to Chris Cox. Jones making the overlap, but down line to Rob Prinzel. All the way back to Tom Deitch between the sticks for Coventry United. Clark. He's got Valance out wide. Here's Valance on the left touch line. And Valance will make up some ground on his own. They were shoving the back by Hull, but Valance will continue, threads it through. It flicks off the heel of Bejnit and allows Carpenter the chance to get it clear as far as Kyle Carey, who stabs into the ground and keeps it alive for Coventry United. But in goes Andy Jones to nick it away from the Coventry United winger. Here's Steve Hull. It's a ball and a half, chested up by Harry Morris, and his shot smacks Rob Prinzel in the face. It was going wide anyway. And into touch and into the next field by Rob Prinzel. It's put out for a throw. 5 minutes until the break here on CUTV. It remains Haughmond 0, Coventry United 0. And the throw on this near side will be taken by the ginormous defender Carl Rogers. This guy makes the Empire State Building look small. Rogers with the throw towards that near post. Deitch comes for it, doesn't claim it. It's winning in the air by Rob Prinzel. Sent back in towards Jones. And he doesn't divert it towards the net. It's out of play for the Coventry United goal kick. I think that rather sums up the attacking play from Haughmond in this opening period. Deitch has yet to make a save. He's had to keep on his toes though. Cleared by Deitch. Bogu jumps up. It's won in the air by Griffiths. Parry nods it on. Morris receives it from Andy Jones towards that penalty area. Hull gets a touch on the head. Pressure from Ben Valance, and that allows the United man to force Hull towards the right hand side of the goal. At a tight angle, he couldn't get the power that he wanted on it, and it was a pretty simple gather for Tom Deitch. Great work again by Valance. Valance will roll it across to Kevin Thornton. Chip pass off the head of Dave Howes, but Thornton will keep it alive for United. Cox. Forden trying to take it. It's Morris who comes with it for Haughmond. In the centre circle now is Andy Jones. Ball towards that left hand side, bounces to the feet of Connor Courtney. He's got options towards that penalty area. Dispossessed well by the fullback Brad Jones. United begin the counter now. He's got Beja to his right, but Jones is being caught up by Carl Rogers. Gets the ball towards that right hand side towards Frankie Beja, but out comes Sam Jones to claim it for his own. Morris free on the left, taking on Prinzel and Thornton. Down line to Joe Parry. There's space on the right for Carpenter, but it's rolled to Howells. Hole closed down by Valance, looking for Andy Jones. Clark can only give it back to Holes though. Jones drives it towards the net, and somehow it's skied by Morris. Well, you would have bet your house on him bagging the first goal from there. A couple of yards out, the whole goal to aim at. And he's sent it skyward. It will remain scoreless. So Tom Deitch goes to gather the ball. No ball boys here today. So Deitch has got to do his own dirty work. Former England under-16 keeper. Looking for another clean sheet today. He got one against Spinks. Bit of holding there in a poke. The referee says no. Howells comes away with it. Parry. It was closed down by United man, but no one could get to it. But a poor pass from Parry, picked up by Palmer. Here's Chris Cox. He's got a poker up with him. And Palmer making inroads too. It's Chris Cox. He sends it towards the penalty area, but out of range of Aaron Opoku and just away from Sam Jones, who tried to keep it in. There was a rather dangerous thing to do as well. If he got a touch on that ball but couldn't keep it in, it would have been a corner. Another couple of minutes until the break. It's probably not going to be a first half that many of us will remember for long. Jones with the clearance towards that halfway line. Prinzel wins it in the air, and Bejnet is blocked up by Carl Rogers, who comes away with the ball for Haughmond. Griffiths six his laces through it, won in the air by Clark. Carey brings it down to Kevin Thornton. Prinzel wins support, bit of a shove from behind by Dave Howells, and laid off to Brad Jones, who thinks twice about boosting it upfield, and instead will find the goalkeeper Tom Deitch for the Red and Greens, who will stick his laces through that one. Offside given against Aaron Opoku. Didn't get a touch in it, but the referee judging that he was interfering with play. No changes so far. United only have the two players on the bench. Luke Barlow was meant to be included in today's starting lineup, but was unable to travel. So Tom James and Dominic Allain will be the only two men that could come off the bench for the Red and Greens. For Haughmond, they've got Kevin Renshaw, Matt Owen, Jamie Hine, Scott Ryan and Charlie Musselwhite. Bounces towards the right side of the penalty area. Hull has got Carpenter down line. Pass is deflected, but it will find Carpenter. Tries to scurry away from Palmer. Lofted pass into the centre circle with Jack Griffiths. His pass down the left wing is cut out by Brad Jones. Could United have one more opportunity to find an opening goal before the referee's half-time whistle? No, as in goes big Carl Rogers to take the ball into touch. It looks like the Haughmond man, I believe that may well be Joe Parry, is it? No, it's not Parry, it's won't see the number on the shirt. Actually it was the captain Griffiths, so Griffiths has gone down, he's back on his feet now, so no harm done. United may have one last chance to get the opening goal. Bit of movement from Opoku and Carey, but not enough to warrant a throw from Jones. He will find Opoku now. Tripped, but free. Does not give the free kick. In fact, he blows for half-time. It remains Coventry United and Haughmond drawing 0-0. Not the first half that will particularly live long in the memory. And we we look forward to what will hopefully be an improvement in the second half here on CUTV. We're going off air now for about 10 minutes time. Look for the new live stream for exclusive coverage of the second half. Liam Cook signing off on CUTV.